Welcome to ETHDam, to ETHDam, to ETHDam, to ETHDam, to ETHDam.
Welcome to the stage, please, Dmytro, and preventing billion-dollar hacks.
Yeah, hello everyone. Probably I should take, yes.
You can, 1 sec. You can, no, this one.
Let me check, please.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, hello everyone. Actually, I made like 17 slides, so I will try to speak quite fast. But yeah, so I'm CEO of HackenProof, and we actually, as a company, we work with big names. So all clients work with us for some stuff like security contest or bug bounty. So we're working with many hackers on the market for 8 years, and we have quite big experience, and I would like to share insights with you. So actually, a little bit data, of course. We need data and understanding. So about hacks in 2024, as you see, the biggest one was access control, yes? We also have some phishing attacks, smart contracts exploit, and etc. And if you go to 2025, you will find out that for first quarter, we already have Bybit, of course, yes. We have Famex, we have actually some other guys, which is related to other kind of stuff, not only access control. So if you take a look generally, so at the moment still access control is the most biggest part of hacks, and it mostly goes to private keys. So you're losing those private keys somehow, or compromise, or you go to drink to the bar and someone help you to lose your keys, and etc. But actually, what you should understand that actually we monitor and we do research every quarter, and we publish it. So this data is grabbed by us. We actually understand that numbers of hacks goes down and down, but hacks itself bigger and bigger. And someone mentioned today about AI, some mentioned about some bad hackers and etc. But actually what we should understand that this is well-organized hacks. And if you under those procedures to be hacked, they will do everything. They will monitor your browser. They will monitor your Telegram groups. I have even story from like 2 months ago, one of our clients was calling and say, hey, you know, we actually were chatting with my wife in different rooms, and she expected to send money to my bank account because we were talking about this. I had Telegram pinned in a chat, pinned in my Telegram, but actually someone was listening to us all the time, and when was the right time to send money, $500 million, he just wrote a message like me to her, and she just sent to those details. Then chat was deleted, and they find out that SIM card that was actually they was sold in Thailand was actually compromised, and those guys were listening and just used this SIM card to actually send details. So about losses, as you see, before we could actually recover some numbers and we could actually back some actually money, but nowadays we have situation when lost is without recovery, yes? And if you take a look, for example, at Bitmart, they lost 196 millions in 2021, and they launched almost 2 months ago program to recover at least some money, and they are ready to pay $58 million to recover this money, or at least get some information. So, to summarize, it's actually related to smart contract exploits, to access control and data breaches, of course, some phishing attacks, flash loans attacks, and etc. So, as you see, for example, Wazir, they actually has problem with access control, and recommendation from our side, of course, doing like penetration testing, up-to-date dependencies, because we're working on some projects, we know about vulnerabilities, and when hackers submit reports, companies actually try to update as soon as possible. And we work with researchers, we know that, for example, we triaging every day, and our triage team is working like 24 hours. So if critical happens, all companies try to work fast on this. Of course, the DOS redesigns, monitor. And by the way, today Pablo was mentioned about something that AI will be teach. They will have their own model. And this is something that we see, for example, for the DOS. Last November, we had actually a case for more than 200 millions the DOS requests to our platform, to our website. And there was a part of AI model. Of course, if you go to the app exploit, which was 290 millions, it was about insecure smart contracts and protocol. There, just quickly and briefly. So, of course, documentation. You need to to write everything, because sometimes companies come to us and say, "Hey, we would like to do audits," and we like, "Okay, it's like half a million or etc." But they like, I don't use those code. Like they just take some libraries, they put together, and they don't clean from different unnecessary code. And of course, that might be an issue as well for those stuff. I did a mistake, to be honest, about the recommendation, because just make a slice and those data from previous one. But I would like to a little bit add here more details. So about Bybit. We're working with Bybit at this moment. We help them to do proof of reserve and etc. and be compliant with MiCA. And we're working with many other exchanges. So at the moment, we have 42 exchanges, which is with the biggest provider security for them. And what I would like to say here, so Bybit case is very difficult, yes, because first of all, guys in North Korea, even if you know that these guys hacked, it's hard to get them, first of all, yes, because this region is close for us. Second, actually, the story behind. So there might be, of course, recommendation like operational security. There might be recommendation monitoring and AI. I will go step by one, like each by each. Of course, integrated custom smart contracts. And one more stuff is around whitelisting for wallets. And I will explain. So let's say I know personally, because it's other clients, that one of exchanges, they, for example, know about issue in their multi-sig for $253 million. But they don't want to pay researchers money, because researchers would like to negotiate and say, like, I would like to have at least bounty for 0.1% to actually submit and be fixed. But actually, company is not ready to pay. I don't want to deal. So this is one stuff. Is actually when company don't want to deal with security because they don't want to spend money for that. And for them, it's better to, I don't know, book some booth at conference, spend for end users, but not for security. So even if you give recommendations, it's more about choice of centralization of operation. So when I talk about operation security, you have to understand that, first of all, it's how your team managing this. Sometimes security team doesn't want to even tell owners or co-founders that there is an issue. And they try to, I don't know, like to fix or do something. Then you can see some messages in actually Twitter or LinkedIn that, hey, those guys didn't pay me in proper value, etc. So this is how you deal with operation security itself. About monitoring. So let me just, I will go to monitoring a little bit more. So monitoring and AI, I will show in another slide. So let's go to bug bounty, for example. So in this, in April, we with Immunify, we two the biggest players on the market in terms of bug bounty. Immunify paid out around 1 million and I guess 100, and we paid out 1,370,000 in April for bounties for valid reports. And as you see, for example, in terms of projects which was hacked and bounties it paid, so this actually how much they could save or how many times they can actually pay. So for one of cases that we also have, unfortunately, for issues that was in SEX for $53 million, hackers got only $10,000 as a reward. So sometimes actually researchers doesn't want to submit records because it's not appropriate way to pay. And of course, for example, Near case. So they paid out almost $2 million to researchers, but they save a lot, and they quite active actually as a protocol with the security. But nowadays, if you take a look at, and we of course we handled lots of reports. So Move and Rust-based projects, they have the biggest amount of issue. They're quite like modern. It's easy to work with them, but the biggest issue goes from these projects in terms of bugs. So about AI and monitoring tools. So there are lots of ways how to actually you can stop, for example, some smart contracts, or have you can, for example, notify about issue. So let's say we have tool which is called extractor, but you can use another. But the way how they actually work, so you can actually automate monitoring. You can specify what is critical, what is high, what is medium issue, and then you will be notified in different channels how you would like to know about this transaction. So, for example, with the case of Bybit, of course, if we could set up transaction with some custom smart contracts and specify, okay, this amount of money is going from this wallet, of course, there will be notification. Or maybe if we are talking about whitelisting, if we say that, okay, this wallet is not in whitelist, so probably it won't be possible to at least send actually money, yes? So first of all, monitoring. And of course, in the monitoring tools, there are AI-driven alerts, accidents, you can block transaction, you can actually add smart contracts, and etc. So many stuff, and I believe also lots of tools at the moment on the market. And actually, if you take a look at the Q3 in 2024, lots of hacks actually automated and could be prevented by just having those response. And of course, some hacks have declined thanks to robust security practices. So actually, you can also take a look at some numbers for those last year. We didn't do research for these years fully, so we will definitely pause this as soon as we do. And one more stuff that I would like to mention also here is about Hackbot. Nowadays, we launch it's some kind of insurance for security. So it's actually appeared like 4 months ago. Actually the main things, auditors or companies who do audits with other, they can host for 30 days contest, and security researchers can find issue in this research, and community will pay instead of company or projects for this critical issue. We already launched 22 projects, 22 finished, one no. So submitted 228 reports, and we have unique critical reports after audits. And all money was covered by community. So how it works? So for example, let's say you have audits for 30K. Then auditor or you as a project, so you can actually decide who will do that, can allocate 10% of this, which is 3K, and we create some kind of staking pool for community, for your token, for token of your partners, or etc., that actually believe that your project is secure enough after these audits, but they can earn APY from this 3K. So actually, if for 30 days happening something with your, I don't know, critical, if some critical found, community actually pay tokens instead of you, but they get APY. If not, they just get token back, and actually they also get APY. So if you're interested in such case, please welcome. Nowadays, we have lots of requests for this. So it's like insurance market. Yeah, and as the last, I would like to say here, so first of all, about cases. It's definitely not enough tools, approaches, best practices, and etc. So my advice, just try to create a plan for everything. Like if you do contests or audits, try to combine them. If you actually do bug bounty, okay, try to think what else you miss, maybe operation security. If you actually have wallets or multi-sig, how many people and what they operate. If you know that some wallets or some stuff will be sent to specific wallet, just try to whitelist those wallets. So just try to predict everything from your side as a company. Thanks.
Thank you very much.